3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Still not doing it.
Why not?
It's a low try
Oh my
today.
gosh. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are doing Reddit stories again. And today's theme is the silent treatment.
Ooh, we love the pettiness of silent
Bro,
treatment. What?
no.
Silent treatment means pettiness.
No, some people just don't know how to communicate properly.
Pettiness.
That's not the same thing.
No, it's not
I
the
mean,
same.
sometimes.
It could be.
Sometimes.
Pettiness, silent treatment. Do we got some of
No,
those?
it's not petty. It's just silent treatments. Have you ever been dealt with silent treatment before from somebody?
No.
Ever?
I don't think so. Not that I recall.
That's crazy. These stories, it's more like not knowing how to communicate, maybe.
Okay, we'll see. Stay tuned to find out.
Okay, story number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for not communicating with my girlfriend during her silent treatment?
During her silent treatment. Okay. Good start.
I, 29 male, have been with my girlfriend, 30 female, for 2 years now. We get along very well and have a ton in common, but there is one flaw. Whenever she is upset, she performs the silent treatment for 2 to 4 days.
2 to 4 days. That's crazy. Okay.
This doesn't happen often, but in the last 2 years, it has occurred 4 times. Backstory: I always say yes when my girlfriend initiates sex. In the past 2 years, I've initiated a couple of times a month, and the answer is usually no. She has said yes only 4 times. Yes, I've kept track, as it has rarely happened. The excuse is usually it's too early and I'm not tired, or it's too late and I'm tired, or no, we're not married.
I see pettiness coming.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, over the weekend, she once again declined my initiation and it bothered me. She noticed, and the next day she asked what was wrong. I said that I'm fine. I realized that bringing up a concern will cause the silent treatment. I eventually felt bad and sent her a text stating that she frequently initiates sex and I say yes, yet she can never say yes to me. She responds with, "We're not married," and will call or text me later. This is once again when the silent treatment came in. It's been 2 days with no communication. In the past, I would eventually call and get everything resolved. This time around, while it's difficult, I have made no attempt in reaching out. It's extremely unfair and, in my opinion, abusive to not communicate with a significant other. In my opinion, I've done nothing wrong. She frequently asks to let me know how I feel, but if it's something that she doesn't like, she does this. In the past, she's told me that she hates arguments and tends to do this, but we never ever have had a verbal argument. It's just ignoring me. Am I the asshole for not reaching out this time around? I figured that if she truly does care, which I believe that she does, that she'll reach out. From there, I'll explain why I haven't and why the silent treatment is abusive. I know that she never thought of it as abusive, so I don't want to break up.
Thoughts?
I don't even know. The fact that like he says that when she initiates, he always says yes, but when it's him initiating, she always says no, and that she uses the excuse that they're not married
But this last time, why did she give him the silent treatment?
because he initiated and she said no and he got
he got
mad, so
mad.
he just
Right,
didn't
right.
bring it up
Yeah.
to not argue.
Yeah.
But like tell me how when she initiates it's okay, but when he initiates she says no and she says it's cuz we're not married. It makes no sense.
What I would do once time comes around for her to initiate it, we're not married. Sorry. No. No dick for you.
You're gonna give her the same treatment.
Get mad about it. I dare you. I dare you to get mad about it. But about her silent treatment, I mean, I don't know the fact that it's been happening for years now.
They've been together for 2 years.
Yeah. Happened for years, and I am assuming they never spoke about the fact.
Yeah. I feel like he's just well, he said that he's just letting it happen and he goes to her and
To apologize.
yeah.
Yeah. Now he put his foot down because he got tired of it, annoyed of it.
Do you think that you would be able to wait that long, 2 years, to like talk about how she's acting
No.
during her silent
No.
treatment?
That's what I'm
Right?
saying. The fact that it took 2 years, it's been so long that like you almost enabled her to do it.
Yeah. And then now it's like, well, all of these years you've been treating me this way, but like you should have been talking about it since the beginning.
Exactly. But at the same time, like, I guess he was always worried about them breaking up. That's what he said at the end.
Yeah.
So I guess it was always that fear.
Because he thinks this is abusive, but to her, it's not.
It's normal, yeah. But again, he never mentioned it to
Yeah.
her. I'm assuming because he didn't say anything about it. So, and now out of the blue, he came out and said that he's annoyed.
Yeah.
It's abusive, but she doesn't know that. So,
Yeah.
so what is she supposed to do about it? That's normal to her.
I feel like they should have talked about it since the beginning
Yeah.
if he didn't like it. I mean, who likes the silent treatment for 2 to 4 days?
But this is a am I the asshole moment?
Yeah. Am I the asshole for not communicating with girlfriend during her silent treatment? That's the thing. I feel like so many people like they don't talk about it and then they expect their significant other to come to them to apologize.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
But then it's like cuz I feel like we've gone through that before
Mm-hmm.
where like I don't want to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't give you the silent treatment for like 2 to 4 days. It's like just for like a couple hours sometimes, not even
Mm-hmm.
like an hour max.
Yeah.
But then like do I always expect you to come to me first? No.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the fact that he's always going to her,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel she's just gonna get used to it and just
Well, she already got used to it.
yeah. But for the rest of their life, if they stay together.
Yeah.
2 years is
You don't have to go talk to her during her silent treatment, just after.
yeah.
The whole thing is like done.
Yeah, they for sure have to talk about the silent treatment and that they
Mhm.
have to communicate. And the fact that like her excuse of like not being married is so weird to me.
Because then she wants sex. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So confused. It's like it's either you don't or you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like how is it a thing that it's like,
It's only her needs that matter.
yeah, what? Someone says, not the asshole, why are you dating someone who acts like a child? What she's doing with the silent treatment is called emotional abuse, and you don't deserve that. I'm also confused on the no, we're not married. Like, what's that cause? LOL. Because aren't you still having sex? And then he replies, I'm also confused by the we're not married comment when she's still asking to have sex.
Exactly.
I'm so confused. Is she okay?
The fact that he never like turned that against her.
Yeah, and she's like, what? You make no sense, girl. Okay, well, the comment that he replied to was deleted. Last time I mentioned that the silent treatment was unacceptable. I probably should have mentioned that if it happened again, I'd leave. She mentioned that she needs time to cool off. I understand this, but for 2 to 4 days over
Yeah.
something so small, also without any warning. I'd appreciate it if she said something along the lines of, let's refrain from talking for 1 day. But I didn't grow up like this. As a family, we talk things out.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably came from a family that don't talk, so understandable, but
2 to 4 business days is crazy.
yeah. And the fact that like when you're in a relationship, like it's understandable that you both have different communication skills. So that's
Mhm.
what is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Next.
Yep. Story number 2. Am I the asshole for not contacting my girlfriend after she gave me this silent treatment and sulked for hours when I tried to set a boundary? I, 45, have been dating my girlfriend, 42, for a bit more than 2 years. She can be very sweet, funny, and affectionate, but I feel she can sometimes have disrespectful and childish behaviors towards me. We live separately, but 5 minutes apart. So here's what happened. The plan for the afternoon was to go to band practice together and then go back to my place for dinner and for the night. I picked her up. She was seemingly upset about her workday and all the things she felt she hadn't been able to accomplish during the day. She was very snappy and gave me short, sharp answers when I tried to help her pack her things, and during the drive, complaining about everything, including me. At one point, I told her literally, Babe, it seems you had a rough day and I get it, but it's no reason to talk to me like that. She didn't say a word for the rest of the trip. When we arrived at our rehearsal space, she didn't help me carry our gear or even hold the doors for me. She kept being snappy and ignoring me for most part during practice. At one point, we were alone in the room and I asked her, Are you okay? It seems you're upset. She snapped back, Yes, I'm upset, but you told me to shut up, so I guess you're happy now that I'm not talking to you anymore. Sounds so familiar.
So dramatic.
Does it not remind you of somebody? It's not me, guys. It's him. On the ride home, more of the silent treatment. We were getting close to my place, and I told her, I'm driving you home. She says, so you're punishing me instead of trying to talk it through?
The gaslighting, bro.
I replied, I want peace. I'm driving you home. I went back to my place and haven't heard from her since or tried to make contact. It was 3 days ago.
I'm surprised that when he said, I'm driving you home, I want peace. I'm surprised she didn't say like, so I'm not peaceful to you.
Well, I'm sure she thought about it, no doubt.
Mm.
Oh my god, this is so funny. Top comment, not the asshole. Are you sure she's 42 and not 12?
You for reals, huh? 45 and 42?
Yeah, 45 and 42. The way she literally gaslit him.
Crazy.
I'm sure you're happy I'm not talking to you anymore. And then on the ride back, you don't want to talk it through. Girl! Imagine being in your 40s like this.
I got nothing to say about this.
So yeah, he's not the asshole.
No, obviously not.
Comment. Not the asshole. She wanted to play mental games and you didn't engage. The silent treatment is form of verbal abuse. You would think a 42-year-old woman would have figured out communication, respect, and emotional control. And someone replies that 42-year-old still doing that means she probably had a longer last relationship when she was younger, and that bullshit works. So now she just does this. He gives a pretty big comment. I don't know if this is update, but he says, so here's what happened after that incident. A week goes by, no apology. Then she wants to talk. I say, okay, come over. I try to kiss her and she turns away and says, I don't think I can trust you anymore, and continues acting distant. A few days go by, including the day before my birthday, and I see her that day. She doesn't bring up the fact that it's my birthday tomorrow. I bring it up and ask her if by any chance she had planned anything. She says no, she didn't feel like it because of our argument. She tells me, just decide what you want to do and keep me posted. It's your birthday after all. I'm dumbfounded. I had made really nice plans and got her a special gift when it was her own birthday a few months ago. I didn't necessarily expect her to reciprocate, but I definitely didn't expect to be brushed off like this either. I decided on my birthday that I'd rather spend the evening with people who actually respected and liked me. So I go out to dinner with my parents. 2 days later, I tell her I'm done. She cries, begs, screams that I am selfish, that I never loved her, that I took advantage of her, that I never made room for her in my life, that maybe I'm gay and I obviously don't know much about women.
You're not making the situation any better.
As I will never find another woman like her. Okay, girl.
No, yeah, she's right. No, she's right. I won't. And that's a good thing.
Yeah. And that she has no reason to stay in this world. She tries to get back in touch with me after a few days, being all sweet and puppy-like. I tell her kindly that it would be better for both of us to stay out of touch in order to heal from the breakup, but that she could reach me by email if necessary.
Email? Okay, bro. You might as well fax me the number too and everything. Like,
She then sends me a scathing email telling me once again how much of an insensitive jerk I am. So I blocked her completely on the phone, mail, and social media.
not the asshole.
Yeah, good for him. Like, she's such a gaslighter. She's so, like, narcissistic, telling
Yeah.
him, you'll never find anyone like me.
Dodged a bullet for sure.
Yeah. She needs help. So sad. Imagine being 42 and single.
In a band.
Oh my god, wait, they're in a band together. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You think one of them is not in the band anymore?
I wonder if like it was someone's band first and then the other one joined kind of thing.
And the fact that she lives 5 minutes away is kind of scary.
All right, I forgot about that.
I'd be scared if I had an ex that was like that weird and then living 5 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like change my locks.
I feel like at that point she turns into that guy from You on Netflix. She has a telescope in her place, bro, watching out the window, looking at you every single move.
That's creepy. Another comment. Not the asshole to me, this screams, I'm mad and I'm taking it out on you and nothing you can do will fix it because I just want to be mad. She was upset from the beginning and literally every step he tried to take only contributed to her anger because she was insisted on feeling that way. Tough, a 2-year relationship and now 3 days of ignoring you. I'd consider whether you want to keep doing this.
Broke up, no?
Yeah, no, this was a comment before.
Hmm.
I didn't know that the silent treatment is a form of verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Growing up with no proper communication,
Mm-hmm.
like silent treatment was always a thing.
The way to go.
Yeah, it was never not silent treatment,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm.
So growing up, it's like, it's normal. Are you ready for story number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for giving my husband the silent treatment after he went out all night with his buddies when I had plans? This one pissed me off. I'm 5 months postpartum and our daughter is breastfed. My 30th birthday was on Thursday and I wasn't able to go out that day due to my husband working and no sitter, but he told me to make plans with my girlfriends for yesterday, Saturday, because he didn't work and this way I could pump extra just to be on the safe side.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been the first time I had done anything in over a year and a half. Anyways, Saturday morning, his buddy wanted to go snowmobiling with him, so he asked me if that was okay, and I said yes, as long as he was back by 7 p.m., because that's when I was leaving. He said he would be home a lot earlier than that. Well, around 4 p.m.-ish, I got a text from him saying that his buddy got the snowmobiles buried because he went off trail and they were trying to dig him out. I reminded him I had plans to leave at 7, and I told him to be safe and try to be quick about it because they were about an hour away from his buddy's house on the trails. Needless to say, he didn't come home until 10 p.m.
Tough.
and he had been drinking.
Of course. And snowmobile was never buried.
He said he only had four beers, I guess.
Four
There's
bottles.
4 bottles of vodka. That's crazy. That makes no difference to me. I told him to go sleep on the couch, and in a fit of frustration, I cried myself to sleep. I haven't been able to do anything but bear in mind that he has been going out at least once a month since I got pregnant. So this morning, he gets up and tries apologizing to me and says he will make it up to me somehow, but I simply
I love the make it up to me somehow.
told him I didn't want to speak to him right now, and I was incredibly hurt by his actions. All day, he has been trying to corner me into discussion about it or trying to wrap me in his hugs, but he won't leave me alone like I asked. I've not only started avoiding, but also giving him the silent treatment. He's now pissed at me and saying I'm being childish and that he was one off. He's never done this before. So, given that it's a one-time mistake, I should be more willing to forgive him. I understand that this is a one-off thing, but given that this just happened to fall on the one time I had plans and he told me to make, I find it wildly coincidental. Am I the asshole?
I feel like the only thing saving him ever so slightly is that it's a one-off. But the fact that you told her to make plans, and then, if I was her, I'd be like, yeah, show me how deep the snowmobile is buried in the snow. I want to see.
So you don't actually believe that the snowmobile was actually buried?
Nah.
He just used that as an
Yeah.
excuse to stay out longer. Yeah, honestly, when I first read this, I didn't think of that, but now it totally makes sense. And the fact that he came home 10 p.m., had drank 4 bottles of whatever with his friends
Mm-hmm. And how did he get home? He drove?
with the snowmobile. Fucking asshole, bro. He's such a dick.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And she says he's been going out once a month ever since she got pregnant, and this is her first time in a year and a half.
And you told her to set up plans. Guys are easily peer pressured into staying longer with the boys.
Top comment with 2,000 upvotes. Start making
Wait, 2,000 upvotes? Damn.
2.1.
Okay.
Start making plans to go out once a week. Your husband should be taking care of the baby, not a sitter. He needs to experience what it's like to take care of a baby. So go out to the spa on a Saturday, meet your girlfriends twice a month for dinner, go to the movies, take a class. It's your husband's turn to be a dad, not the asshole. However, your husband is a huge asshole.
And then one off, tell him that you'll be back at like 4 or 5 and come back at 10.
Yeah, honestly, if it was flipped,
Oh, he would have
been like,
tantrum.
you don't care about your daughter. He would have gaslit her, given her that mom guilt of going out.
Mm-hmm. and then not giving her her own space when she asked.
Yeah. And like, you don't want to communicate, you're being insensitive. Bitch, you're being insensitive coming home at 10 p.m. when I was supposed to be out with my girls. Another comment. As for the incident at hand, he could have left earlier or not gone at all. His need for personal satisfaction took higher priority than giving you much needed night off. Afterwards, you told him you didn't want to talk. He again disrespected you by ignoring your requests, tried to love bomb you instead. You didn't give him the silent treatment. You honored your own needs for the time to process and cool off. It's not your fault. He again put his own needs above yours, the need to ease his own guilt. Think about how much he puts himself first. Then, once you've gathered your thoughts, figure out how to move forward.
So much harder when you already have a kid with someone.
Yeah, and they're married.
But yet again, it's the first one off. So hopefully it gets better from here.
I don't know. Some people are saying it's not a one off because he's been going out.
Yeah, but like it's the first. You're allowed to go out once a month.
Yeah, but like the fact that he's not even prioritizing her, like how is he not like, okay, like I'll take care of the baby?
Yeah.
Like does he not like think of like, oh, maybe we should be balancing out this parenting thing and she should be taking time to herself if she needs it, not because she's stuck with
Yeah.
a breastfeeding baby.
Exactly.
They should be balancing it out. No
That's it.
doubt.
That's it.
But I'd be big mad. You telling me to take some time off
Yeah.
when you don't show up?
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way. Be like, you really told me to go out? You really told me to go out? For what? Imagine how embarrassing that is, telling that to your friends, though. And you're like, oh yeah, my husband told me to take some time this weekend and go celebrate my birthday.
And he's
Not
not
even
home yet.
make it out. Okay, last story. Story number 4. Am I the asshole for losing my shit and screaming at my girlfriend to get out of my house after what her stepbrother did? My girlfriend was over at my place 2 days ago. We're both 20. She has a stepbrother who's 23. Before this, I'd only met him a few times and he seemed like a regular dude. She asked if it was okay for him to come over too for a couple of hours. I said, why not? He said he would get booze and pizza, and my parents were away visiting relatives for the weekend, so I figured we could shoot the shit. I have a little sister who's 15. They came over and she stayed up in her room the entire time. We were all a bit tipsy, and my girlfriend's stepbrother asked if he could use the washroom. I pointed him to one down the hall. My girlfriend and I were preoccupied and didn't even realize how much time he was taking until we heard raised voices upstairs. We immediately went up to check what was going on and found my sister crying.
Oh, hells no.
Yeah, dude had gone up instead of using the bathroom. My sister's door had been slightly open, so he apparently walked into her room. All details I managed to wrangle from my crying sister, by the way. She was taken back by shock and was trying to stay calm, but he wasn't leaving. He was trying to chat her up. She told him to get the fuck off, and he closed the door behind him instead, which is why she started freaking out.
Oh, hells no.
She tried to get past him to open the door and he grabbed her, but she managed to open it anyway. I'd reached the landing by then, so he backed off. I obviously was super fucking pissed. There was a lot of screaming going on, lots of accusations. We were all drunk except my sister. After getting the story from her, girlfriend's stepbrother was stuttering and deflecting. I'm pretty sure I threatened violence at some point. My girlfriend was trying to be the mediator. She said I had to calm down and couldn't fly off the handle based off word of mouth. I was there. I saw my sister crying in panic. I know what she's like, and I know she wouldn't lie about something like this. Why would she? I told her stepbrother to get out of my house. My girlfriend kept saying we could sort this out and have a proper conversation, but I didn't see what conversations was there to be had.
Yep.
Eventually, she said, what if my sister was lying? In front of my sister's face. I asked her what on earth would make her think that. She said she's a kid and could be making it up for attention. Like the title said, I lost my shit. I told her to get the fuck out, and afterwards, she kept calling me, but I ignored everything. The dust has settled a bit, and I went over everything again with my little sister. She promised me it had happened the way she was telling me. She told me she was scared and he was going to sexually assault her. My girlfriend texted me this morning saying I shouldn't have raised my voice like that,
Oh, you're chibis.
and I scared her. I thought of apologizing then, but she still hadn't said a word about apologizing to my sister or addressing the issue with her stepbrother. I only replied that we had to talk, and she said there's nothing to talk about. There's no hard proof in her words, and the stepbrother ended up doing nothing, so she told me she would deal with him and I should drop it. I don't know if I'm the asshole for the way I handle this. Maybe if cooler heads prevailed, this silent treatment wouldn't have happened and we could have discussed everything. I don't know what to do from now on either. I love that girl. I don't want us to be over, so I want some advice on where to go from here too. Edit, thank you everybody who commented and left advice. I posted an update.
Ooh. Yeah, no chance I'm staying with this girl, bro. First of all, why is your boy upstairs?
23-year-old chatting a 15-year-old? Illegal.
Like, even if the little sister lied, why is he upstairs?
In her room. The math
Ain't mathing.
ain't mathing from the girlfriend's point of view.
Yeah,
Of
that
like,
too.
well, nothing happened. What if something did happen?
Okay, what if that was your daughter upstairs and that happened to her?
It's giving, I love my stepbrother too much.
Okay, y'all can go fuck somewhere else then.
That's what it's giving. It's giving. No, my stepbrother could never.
Mm-hmm.
Top comment of 13.4K upvotes.
Damn.
A 23-year-old man should not be trying to chat up a 50-year-old girl. Full stop. And the fact that the girlfriend is accusing the little sister of she could be lying.
Yeah, no, crazy. I know alcohol makes you do stupid things, but like he went from tipsy to drunk.
And he went from drunk to full sober once he heard screaming from upstairs. Period.
I mean, you could be drunk and then actually have that, full sober moment when something happens, adrenaline kicks in and everything. But I really hope the brother was blacked out or something and doing, stuff against his own will. But even at that, sister defending, that just goes to show her own character too, right? I know they're
Yeah.
family, so obviously she's gonna defend him, but
Yeah.
like,
Bro, I would be just as confused as the boyfriend. I'd be
Yeah.
like, get out. What are you doing in her room? What? I think she was using like the fact that they were tipsy. It's because they weren't in their right mind. Even worse.
okay, after, but then they talked about it the day after or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You have time to actually like
And she was still defending her
him.
stepbrother. Another one. She said you scared her by yelling. But her adult stepbrother was drunkenly in a 15-year-old girl's bedroom and she doesn't think that the child was scared. You need to break up with this girl. There's no conversation to be had. She saw him in your sister's room. There's no explanation for that. Period. There's nothing he could have done in that situation that would have been innocent. Not the asshole. You would be the asshole if you stay with this girl. You should be asking yourself if she sets this whole thing up.
Well, damn, that's extreme.
Are you ready?
For the update.
The update. Oh my god, this is so long. Update. First off, thanks everyone who commented on my previous post. I tried to read as many comments as I could, and I got some great advice. My girlfriend asked me yesterday if we could talk in person. I agreed and we met at a public park. She showed up already looking at the verge of tears. And then he adds someone's user and says, your comment was goated. So we're gonna go to the comment. Buttered Crumpet 09. Hey girlfriend, this isn't about you and your feelings. Your adult drunk stepbrother went into the bedroom of my underage teenage sister, shut the door behind him, and would have not leave. The best thing that I could do was make him leave. Rather than being appalled and apologetic, you had the audacity to question whether my sister was being honest in front of her, at which point I lost my temper. How could you accuse her of that while seeing how upset she was? Even if you had doubts, that wasn't even vaguely the time or place. Since this happened, the only person you've cared about is yourself. You want an apology for me being angry and shouting, but not once have you apologized or asked about my sister. Again, this isn't about you, and I don't think this is going to work out since I want to protect my underage sister and you want to protect your feelings and your potential predator of a stepbrother.
This is a goated comment.
Yeah. Am I sorry I raised my voice at you? Yes. But if ever a situation warranted it, it was then. And no, you've never seen me like this because I've never been in a position where a grown man shut himself in my sister's bedroom and made her afraid she was going to be sexually assaulted. Now we're done here and there's nothing left to say. That's what I'd send to her. She's a shitbag, and I bet he's done this shit before. Let's go back to his update. It says, your comment was goated. I basically said it word for word to her. LOL. She let me speak and was silent for a long time, but she said she was sorry for the way she reacted. She told me she had been drunk and panicked and hadn't been thinking clearly and was trying to stop it from becoming a fight.
Yeah, but she had a whole day and still defended him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We discussed her stepbrother. She told me he was a weird streak and acts oddly sometimes. She told me
Okay.
he genuinely could have made a mistake and didn't mean any harm. I asked him why he'd gone upstairs in the first place and why he'd shut himself in with my sister on finding out he was in the wrong room. No answer.
Mm.
How was she so sure he had no perverted intentions? No answer. Some of you suggested that the stepbrother might have had a history and even might have done something to her. I didn't outright say it, but I was implying it. I kept saying if he had gone further, what if he's assaulted someone before and you don't know about it? I asked if there had been incidents like this before and how she could possibly downplay what happened. She didn't have anything to say, but again, at that point she was too choked up to speak properly, so I don't think she would have answered even if she wanted to. Anyways, I wasn't there to listen to excuses or justifications, and I told her that. She asked me if we were over, and I said the only way we could move forward was if she apologized to my little sister and then stopped all contact with her stepbrother.
Damn.
I just don't see a scenario where my sister feels comfortable around him again. She told me she didn't want to lose me, but she couldn't do what I asked from her. So I told her, yes, we're done. My parents came back this morning, by the way. Like I said, they had been out of town at relatives' place. I hadn't told them about this over the phone. I just said an incident had happened and I would explain when they got back. My sister asked me to speak to them on her behalf and I told them everything. My dad gave me a lot of shit, rightfully so. He says he wants to speak to my ex's parents about this and let them know what their son did.
Well, why did he get shit?
Because I guess he's the older brother and he should have been more aware, I guess. Police here are about as useful as tits on a bull, but we discussed it and we're going to file a report. I highly doubt it will go anywhere, but at least it will be in record in the system. My sister is doing better. She was really shaken up. She asked if she could sleep in my parents' room or mine for a bit. We will probably arrange a therapy or counseling session for her and let her decide if she wants to continue. I'm gonna take her bowling and then we'll get food. Just the two of us, so I can apologize on my part. I feel upset. I feel guilty, actually. I trusted my ex, and me being naive put my little sister in danger. I always thought I was a responsible person, and this happening when I was supposed to be in charge is fucking me up. I'm pissed at myself, not gonna lie, but we move on. People have asked if I can run a background check or something. I don't think it's legal for a civilian to do that in my country. Portugal. And I don't know if I can request one. I'll see though. Also, to everybody commenting about underage drinking, I was confused. Oh, okay. That's not a problem here, LMAO. Wow, that was a long update.
Was longer than the original story.
I mean, good for him. He stood his ground and he's a real big brother for that. He had his little sister's back and
That's all that matters.
yeah, step up for her and you drop who doesn't have her back. And he dropped his girlfriend. Period. As he should. Good for him. Pretty good stories?
Especially the last one, yeah. Very good.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, Tom, this is a long one. Did you like the stories today?
Very much so.
Thank you so much. I feel like one day you should pick the stories. You should pick the theme. You should pick the stories.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're making fun of me.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for being here for another episode. Thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed and have been watching consistently. Are you still having fun doing this with me?
Yes, very much so.
Good answer.
Period.
I'm wanting to have other guests, but I don't really know. Since I got the extra mic, so we can be 3. So yeah, we'll see. Thank you so much for
you
watching.
so much.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And
Until next time.
we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Bye.